What's up, everybody? Your boy Melly for another classic review. And today I'll be talking about thoughts on the second Batman film. More specifically of this particular one from the first one, Batman versus Two-Face. First premiered in Comic-Con New York in October 8th of 2017, then released on digital copy of October 10th by 10th and 17th. And this is also the final performance of Adam West as Batman before he passed away. Before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, will Batman defeat Two-Face? Will everything be so psychedelic that you'll have to blink 3 times to realize you're still in La La Land? Same Melvin channel, same Melvin time. Now back to the review. So yeah, Batman vs. Two-Face. It was directed by Rick Moranis and again written by Michael Giannelli and James Tucker. And this is like remember, it's very based in the 60s, this time featuring William Shatner as Two-Face, which, if you've seen the animation, if you remember the cover from the Blu-ray, where you have Batman, Catwoman, Robin, and then you have Two-Face. Yeah. Imagine William Shatner did start in the show in the 60s and looked like that. I don't think he'll like being the maker for a long time. Even being mascara, recall he had to play a double danger in an episode in Star Trek. So yeah, we are at the voice cast. Batman and Bruce Wayne is voiced by Adam West. Rose is voiced by Burt Ward. And we have William Shatner voiced as Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face. Which, I like the animation for Harvey Dent. I thought it's kind of funny because, well, they just animated each of the stars as they look what they look like back in the 60s. Like, which under Harvey Dent. Okay, you see William Shatner right there next to Batman. That's Harvey Dent. Dude, he looks like his animated self from the Star Trek animated series. I'm not joking. They both look alike and look pretty damn good. It looks like they just gave his character a bit of a tune-up and glow-up in case they have to do a new reboot of Star Trek the Animated Series. We also have Julie Newmar as Catwoman, David Weber as Alfred Pennyworth, Jim Ward as Commissioner Gordon, and Hugo Strange. Thomas Lennon as Chief Miles O'Hara and Warden Crichton. Len Mary Stewart as Aunt Harriet. Jeff Bergen again as Joker, Bookworm, and Desmond Dumas, who's the reporter from the other scene, like, "Greetings, Gotham City. This is Desmond Dumas, live here, reporting next to Gotham PD." Yeah. We also have Wally Wingert as Riddler and King Tut. William Sailors as Penguin. Serena Irwin as Dr. Harleen Quinzel. It's a pity there was no third, because I can't imagine Harley Quinn in this series in the 60s. How will she look like for that? Because you have this scene where the officers are walking the villains to Hugo Strange's machine, the evil later, And you see Joker flirting with Dr. Quinzel, which of course she flirts back at him. I want to see what she looks like as Harley Quinn in this series in as 60s form, because that would be pretty cool to see Harley Quinn in Batman's 60s version. Hey, in Batman the Rainbow Bull, we have that version of Harley Quinn. What's Harley Quinn look like in the 60s in the psychedelic Batman version? I want to see that. And finally, we have Lee Merriweather as Lucille Diamond, the attorney. As for productions, the film is a sequel to Batman's Return to the Cape Crusader and was announced as featuring William Shatner voicing the main antagonist, Two-Face. Despite the death of Batman actor Adam West from leukemia back in June 9th of 2017, Batman and Shatner recorded their lines separately, with West finishing his line back in October of 2016. Bird Warren and Julie Newmar reprised their roles as Robin and Catwoman. Lee Merriweather plays a role that sees her character wear the iconic Catwoman costume as a reference to her performance as Catwoman in the 1966 feature film, which I did forget about her. If you recall, she is the fourth Catwoman, but different is she's the fourth Catwoman, but she plays Catwoman in the movie. She plays Miss Kika, aka Catwoman, in the movie, the 66 Batman film. The film includes a tribute to the late Adam West after the end of the credits, in loving memory of Adam West, 1928 to 1928 to 2017. Rest well, bright night. Which, if you're all living in California, at LA, they turned the Bout single at the famed tower, showing the Batman logo. It won't be the last. I think they did the same thing to Kevin Conroy as well. As for music, the score was by Lolita Ritmanis. Michael McCuistion and Christopher Carter was released in October 6th on CD by Walter Tower Records as an exclusive with Fight. And to me, is okay. Every time you hear about for a Batman record or theme, it's always with this composer, Lolita Ritmanis. She did like almost everything. From Batman the Animated Series, let's see, Batman Brave and the Bold, Beyond, you name it, a lot. After the release, Batman vs. Two-Face really first premiered in New York Comic Con on October 8th of 2017, and was later released as a digital copy on October 10th and DVD and Blu-ray on October 17th. As for receptions, this film holds a 100% Rotten Tomatoes based on 8 views. IGN awarded the film 8.4 out of 10. Batman Two-Face is a worthy entry in the 66 canon and a fine send-off to the late Adam West. Writing for Starburst magazine, Nick Blackshaw awarded the film a score of 8 out of 10, saying Batman vs. Two-Face is a very entertaining piece of animation. The film earned a $300,000 from domestic DVD sales and $823,000 from domestic Blu-ray sales, bringing a total of home video earnings of $1.123 million as well. Also, what's the story about? We cut to an opening segment where we're seeing a glimpse of Gotham State Penitentiary, where a top secret invention is about to begin, and they're waiting for the Great Crusaders. And where's Batman? Having a date with Catwoman while she is in prison. Yeah, and while Robin's waiting to occur, of course, he's getting annoyed because that's what he wants to see. He wants to see Batman flirting with Catwoman in a jail cell, and he brought his poetry with him. Even her face, like, the fuck? Of course, he tried to call them out and say, hey, we're late, and move it. Move your badass here, we're leaving. Soon they manage to arrive at the penitentiary where they meet with the commissioner, the chief, and of course we meet Harvey Dent, the district attorney, which played by William Shatner. Which of course we also meet Hugo Strange, introducing his machine called the Evilator, which extracts all the evil from criminals, which of course rehabilitates them by taking the evil extractor, which is designed to siphon evil from criminals and store in a vat. Of course, the first badge they brought is they brought in Joker, Penguin, Riddler. I think Mr. Freeze? I don't know, I forget his actual name. Clock? Yeah. They brought some villains, I forget his name. Tex? Professor Egghead. Which is actually pretty cool. They made an actual anime version of Egghead, who was once played by the great Vincent Price as well. And our villains. And of course, Joker starts to flirt with Dr. Quinzel by winking at her. As a nod to, hey, remember, we don't know if she turned bad, but hey, I don't know. During the process, that's when the villains start to give the machine, the extractor, more juice. And it turns out, the machines start to overflow with all the evil essence, and then an explosion happens, which of course hits at Harvey, and then let's just say the warden calls out Strange for being a quack, one he hates. As Batman checks if as Harvey's alright, because remember, Batman and Harvey Dent have a good relation as college buddies. Until they realize, nope, Harvey's no longer there. He's now Two-Face. And then title card. Dun 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 dun. And we get this also called, we have Batman, then there's Two-Face, and we have machine gun bullet holes everywhere, which we see how Two-Face will fit in the 60s canon, literally. It's kind of funny during a drive scene. They introduce each character and how they introduce Julie Newmar with both Batman and Harvey driving on her hips, literally. And she's like doing this, her famous Catwoman pose while she's lying down. And you see the Batmobile and the Two-Face mobile right on her hips. That's actually pretty funny gag right there. And we see it one by one until Two-Face being captured as the usual handshake. At the hospital, we see Bruce Wayne and Burt Ward, which of course Harvey asking, "What's the verdict, Bruce?" "See for yourself, old chum." He looks in the mirror, his face been fixed. But of course, he's been given the new position of the assistant to the assistant district attorney, which of course he has it all right because he wants to do the right thing until he earns Gotham's respect. And to the boredom of Burt Ward, because face it, he's getting tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. A couple of months later, around a warehouse, a guy got knocked out by who? By none other than King Tut. Of course, they steal a rare double-decker biplane. Meanwhile, back at the manor, they're playing chess until, well, technically because they'll be busy, and they send Alfred and Harriet to a tour in their place, and Harriet's kind of excited. After that, they keep talking until they see the bat signal, and turns out when they get the news, it was King Tut. They try to figure out what was the crime, and they found out the next crime would be at the Double Decker Company, which they knew because Alfred and Harriet are there. So they race over there. there's a robbery attempt over there. One of the goons almost tried to knock out Alfred before he got knocked out himself by Batman and Robin. They manage to escape until they fall. They get knocked out by Tut's goons, and they're stuck in these jars, which, used for that. They get filled with cement until they manage to use rocket boosters from their boots and manage to knock out King Tut until he falls on his pile of bricks. A brick falls on his head and reverts back to his former self as Professor McElroy until he realizes what he has done. He became Tut again. He gets which, of course, this is the most passive ever. He gets taken in, but mysteriously, Two-Face's goons appear and steals the loot. Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara interrogate Tut, alter ego Professor McGilly, which, of course, O'Hara keeps hitting him with the mallet, the baton, every time and it reactivates his alter ego, King Tut, which he grabs it and keeps knocking himself out, so it reverts back to his professor self, which is getting confusing until his attorney arrives. Oh boy. Played by Lee Merriweather as Lucille Diamond. This is a court scene where when they were questioning, ask Batman. Even Chief O'Hara like, ask Batman. Wow, does Batman have all the answers? Yeah, so yeah. Next one we have is the Bookworm. Well, a mysterious package arrives. Oh boy. It's kind of weird. The next one, Gordon calls Batman and Robin to his office. When their mysterious package arrived, found a book with 3 holes that had been eaten away by worms, which turned out it was from the Bookworm. Batman and Robin do said he's going to steal some valuable books about duality, such as The Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, The Tale of Two Cities, and it says 3 books, right? I don't know what's the third one. I can't remember the third one. Try to remember, but I forget what was the other one. Yeah, this weird fight where Batman and Robin are talking, and the bump to the librarian was actually one of the Bookworm's henchmen. This Bookworm has a weird design because he has a headlamp on his hat, which is actually a laser he managed to cut through the vault. It says the rare book collections section. So after they lost, they get stolen as well, which of course, each one is a tale about duality, which connects to Two-Face, which should be impossible since Harvey's been reformed. Of course, they go to where his old lair was at the science factory, where they encounter the goons. It supposedly looks like Two-Face when they arrive. They think it was Two-Face until they get trapped. Of course, Two-Face lets them live and leave with the loot. Soon after, Robin deduces that it's Harvey Dent, but Batman rejects that, saying that Harvey's been reformed, so they go to his office, which of course, they find him with his face all normal. Even to Robin's, Soon after, when they leave, Harvey calls somebody, and turns out who? It says it's Two-Face on the phone, but who is it? Soon, back at home, let's just say there was a confrontation between Batman and Robin, which of course Batman sends Robin to his room as punishment for back-talking. So Robin goes out on his own to find out who it is, and guess what? He follows Harvey into a warehouse, and let's just say he gets knocked out, he gets tied up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this part. We have to there's a scene where we see Dr. Hugo Strange, now let's just say fired from the penitentiary after what happened with the extractor. That's when he encounters Two-Face, and I don't know what happened. Back here, we see Hugo Strange. When Ron wakes up, he's tied up, he sees the extractor. He says to Two-Face that he doesn't know how to operate without Hugo Strange, which of course uses the essence of the evil that had been distracted and spray it on Robin. While Batman is looking for Robin, they find him, and it turns out Robin has become a Two-Face himself, which is actually pretty funny. Of course, we see Batman trying to fight him, even giving a massive slap at Robin's evil half. He manages to subdue him, knock him out. In the holding cell, he tried to find a... The hell? As I was saying, he found in the holding cell, which even to Robin's, even to Alfred's shock after seeing what happened to Robin. But yeah, he managed to cure him by using a type of gas pill that reverts him back to his normal self, which of course to try to find what's happening. Which of course Ron admits that Batman was right, that Harvey is involved, but who's pulling the strings? Soon, they go to the Winning Pair Casino, where it'll be his next target. Of course, it was a trap, and they get captured. Robin and Batman are tied on a giant Morgan dollar, which is rigged. If they move, it flips over, which sends into a pair of spikes, which of course, yeah, a 50-50 chance. So we see Harvey appearing, which of course call them fools, until it turns out, to their horrors, he reverts into Two-Face by changing his face, like literally like morphing, like, you know, like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde transformation. And of course, like a double personality. This time, he managed to find out that he knows who he is, and reveals that he knows his secret identity, which convinces Harvey he doesn't believe until that Bruce Wayne would never appear in his own fundraising, which of course he exposed him as Bruce Wayne and Burt Ward, even to Harvey's shock, which he said he never keeps such secrets, which of course two of the same. And what's he gonna do? Before that, he sends a letter to all the villains of Gotham, because he invited all of them to an auction to see the bet on Batman and Robin. The one with the highest bet gets to see who he actually is. We have a whole rogues gallery, and each of the villains started to bet each other off, and literally goes wow until Catwoman brings the highest bet. But then they decided to team up and put all their money in the same pot, and they win the bet. Of course, while this was doing, Doctor Strange, Hugo Strange was collecting all their evil essence and using the biplane into a tank, like a you know those tanks type of plane they use to spray crop? Yeah, that. Which of course, after Harvey collects the money, they all go claim their prize, aka seeing Batman and Robin's identity. They start to move, and the trap ignites, sent into the air while stuck in the coin, which the Joker say, "Hey, come back here, we pay good money for you." Which of course they managed to survive by tilting the coin to one side, evading the spikes. And Catwoman freed them by cutting the ropes. So the fight endures, and yeah, after they subdue them, which of course Batman tells her to go to the nearest jail as usual, which of course she lies, she has her fingers crossed. Soon they realize Harvey starts to spraying the U.S. over Gotham City and turning everybody into Two-Faces, literally. And it's kind of funny. You see nuns turn into Two-Faces and they bust into a store. Literally, there's a drive-in theater. Everybody's watching a movie. Even the movie characters turn into Two-Faces, which is actually pretty funny. Everybody turned into Two-Faces, even the chief and the commissioner as well. Even Desmond Dumas in the roof. Soon, there's a airbound assures until Harvey crashes his plane into a electric power plant, and a fight endures between Batman and Two-Face until Two-Face manages to subdue Harvey's personality, turning into a full Mr. Hyde. Imagine Two-Face's evil side, but complete face. Yeah, a full Mr. Hyde transformation. I mean, full personality. Soon, as Batman's got beaten up and got weakened, that's when he reminded that Two-Face that does the coin have to decide his fate, which of course he was right. That's when Batman tricks him by throwing other blind fake coins in the air, causing him to lose the real one, making it impossible for him to decide to choose. That's when somehow its good self starts to reappear and starts to defeat the evil self permanently, and well to behold, Harvey managed to defeat his evil self, but fortunately knocks himself out. Soon he managed to help Batman out before the explosion began, and he collapses. He's sent back to the hospital in a straight-up jacket, which of course, months later, during a bachelor fundraising, Harvey appears, but of course he doesn't remember because he rejects that memory from his evil self. And oh boy, you see Aunt Harry and her like she wants to make a bet on who's the worthy bachelor. And guess who's the first bachelor? Batman. And guess who makes the first bed? Catwoman. And she's like, and Burma said, "Holy Hugh Hefner." It's just meow. And Batman just blushed right there. Sorry, it's just too funny. You hear Robin said, "Holy Hugh Hefner." Jesus fuck. Since when you have here a guy who's related to Playboy in a Batman show? Damn. It's actually pretty funny. And of course, as with a psychedelic ending title like usual, which of course it has an ending dedicated to Adam West, the Bright Knight. And hey, this is a proper send off to the late great Adam West for what he did for his character as Batman and other films as well. And tell me, what was your thoughts on Batman vs. Two-Face? Did you like this film? Because, damn, this film has 100% Rotten Tomatoes, more than the first one. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what was your favorite scene, who was your favorite character? And tell me, if there was a third one, would you like to see a 60s Harley Quinn in this movie, based on the 60s show? That would be pretty cool to see what she looks like. Because, hey, we have Harley Quinzel, her psychologist, as an assistant to Hugo Strange. That's something. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below who's your favorite character. Did it entertain you as well? You kind of wish that if William Shatner did appear in the show, what would he look like in live action? That would be pretty cool. Like the animated version? That would be pretty cool. But yeah, until then, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, comment down below, and remember our goal to hit 1 million subscribers, or at least 500k, because by May of this year is our 11th anniversary from 2013 to 2023. So let's make this happen. Until then, have a great day, everybody. Peace out.